It's now my great privilege to introduce the first of our speakers, Doug Nicholls, who's the General Secretary of the General Federation of Trade Unions. Doug represents a wide range of national and international trade unions, and it's fitting that he's the speaker at this year's Gala as we celebrate our 150th anniversary. We also celebrate the 100th anniversary of the International Labour Organisation, which has championed workers' rights across the globe. Great pleasure to introduce Doug Nicholls.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the greatest honour I've had in my life to address this great meeting on the 120th year of the GFTU and the 150th of the DMA. We should appreciate first today those sisters and brothers who, since we last met, have been prepared to lay down their lives for our cause. I'm thinking of the 7,000 Kurdish people who went on hunger strike to bring to the world's attention the continuing 20-year imprisonment of Abdullah Öcalan. Öcalan is the key to peace and democracy in the Middle East, and as we said last year, should be free. The best tribute to our predecessors is to make this anniversary the turning point to end the vandalism and pillage of our country that's reigned for 40 years, and to proudly raise our vision for socialism. Now, I've had the privilege of representing youth workers for all of my working life. The youth service has been as important as the NHS. We built the best one in the world. But at a stroke of a pen by George Osborne, it was demolished. And now there's a mental health epidemic of sad and lonely young people, knife crime and drugs. A generation tortured by a crazy dog-eats-dog world with little support. And you know, if you took the private wealth of the richest 1,000 people in England and used that to fund the youth service at its 2010 levels, you could keep it going not for 2 years, but for 2,400 years. We've done the maths. So don't ever tell me there's no cash around for public services and that we can't afford a new deal for our young people. Across the centuries, our struggles as a class have sharp, often blood-drenched moments of moving forwards, then periods of retreat and slumber. Then we wake up and start to rise like lions again. And when that happens, as you can feel all around us today and around the country, we always have to remain true to the principles that keep us strong. So here's some of them. Firstly, protect our leaders and our organisations who are genuinely fighting for change. And if you've got criticisms, then express them through our internal democracy and never go running outside to complain, let alone to the hostile media. We stand for unity amongst workers, and we'll fight with our last breaths against racism or any other form of division the reactionaries try to sow. Unity means unity of our country, England, Scotland and Wales. No part can go alone. All our national unions, shop stewards committees and collective bargaining were national and built on the truth that the needs of workers throughout the country are the same. But our two deepest principles are these. We're internationalists. We extend the hand of solidarity throughout the world. And our internationalism is the opposite of their globalisation agenda. That's based on the free movement of capital, labour, goods and services. The hidden hand of the market led by financial speculators undermining elected governments throughout the world to make a quick buck. And that whole pathetic, vicious shebang was kick-started 40 years ago when Thatcher removed exchange controls against the flight of capital. She unleashed the idle parasites to steal the nation's wealth, destroy our industries, sell our national assets and make fortunes from gambling and privatisation. And secondly, and most importantly, we're democrats. We fight for the rule and involvement of the majority. We make democracy real in the workplace, real in the community, and real when deciding on the biggest issues of the day. Our class fought for the universal franchise, which only came in 1969 after generations of struggle. And engaged in our sense of democracy is that you debate a course of action, vote on it, and no matter how slim the majority, you work 100% solid to implement the decision. If this principle breaks down, so does democracy, and history warns of the consequences. For too long, our foreign policy has been governed by those who we don't elect in the Pentagon, and our economic policy by those we don't elect in Brussels. That's not democracy or internationalism. So don't let the bomb pot steal the principle of national self-determination. It's ours. It's at the core of socialism. So today we respect the past we inherited from our grandparents and the future we build for our grandchildren. Today at this brilliant gala, we must signal a turn of the tide. The sleeping giants waking up. Nothing can get in the way. We'll make an independent, socialist Britain with a new written constitution, united, at peace with ourselves, at peace with the world. And every day for all of our people should feel like this big meeting in every town and village in the land. Solidarity, comrades.
Thanks, Doug.